Last time they put three 20-point scores on the team, they said it was unfair, which is the team I was on. Yeah. They got 4 25-point scores on this team. So, hell yeah, I think they're going to be a contender, man.
They also said that the Sixers are better on paper than the Warriors were in 2016-17. I don't know that I can agree with that. I don't really think it worked.
Kevin Durant was asked what seemed like a completely ordinary question about the Sixers. Are they legitimate contenders? Nothing complicated. But somehow, Durant's response sparked a massive online debate, and before things settled down, 2 of his former championship teammates had jumped into the conversation publicly.
Last time they put three 20-point scores on the team, they said it was unfair, which is the team I was on. Yeah. They got 4 25-point scores on this team. So, hell yeah, I think they're going to be a contender, man.
Durant compared his old Warriors team to Philadelphia using scoring numbers and player accolades. He argued that the Sixers have plenty of talent and could legitimately contend. At first, his comments seemed harmless and simply answered the question he was asked. But Durant kept replying to fans and podcast accounts in his comments section. That turned a simple basketball discussion into a much bigger online controversy. The debate eventually involved 2 of his former championship teammates, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. The biggest issue was Durant comparing the talent on both rosters almost entirely through statistics. He highlighted Joel Embiid's MVP, Jaylen Brown's Finals MVP, and Tyrese Maxey's All-Star selections. Then he reduced Klay Thompson to roughly 22 points per game. Draymond Green was similarly summarized by his 14, 7, and 6 averages. Durant even pointed out that Klay was never an MVP candidate, but that framing ignored what those players actually brought to Golden State. Klay's shooting and off-ball movement were crucial to the Warriors system. Draymond's defense, passing, and versatility helped make Golden State nearly impossible to stop. The Warriors had already won 73 games before Durant even arrived. That made the comparison far more complicated than simply adding up scoring averages. Durant knew exactly what those teammates contributed because he experienced it firsthand. He joined Golden State as a superstar in his prime after leaving Oklahoma City without a championship. That is why his comments carried more weight than a normal analyst's opinion. The criticism wasn't really about calling Philadelphia a contender. Most people actually agreed that the Sixers had enough talent to compete. The bigger issue was comparing that roster to the Warriors Durant joined. A 41-year-old LeBron joining Philadelphia would obviously be different from prime Durant joining Golden State. Durant never really addressed that uncomfortable difference. Instead, he continued defending his position through statistics and awards. One fan even agreed that Philadelphia looked dangerous but said they needed to prove it on the court. Durant dismissed the original question as a dumb question. That response showed how far the conversation had moved from the original topic. Then another commenter directly challenged Durant's comparison. Durant responded by listing Philadelphia's stars and their accomplishments. But once again, his description of Klay and Draymond seemed to minimize their overall impact. That's when Klay delivered one of the funniest responses of the entire exchange. Instead of defending his statistics or championships, Klay simply asked, "Hype man, you good?" He also joked about Durant using his full legal name. The short response completely changed the tone of the argument. Meanwhile, Draymond initially joked that Durant sounded like he was using a burner account. But later, on his own show, Draymond actually defended Durant. He supported his former teammate while carefully avoiding agreement with Durant's specific comparison. And that made the entire situation even more interesting.
I think that's KD giving them their respect. I think people tried to make such a big deal out of it as if...
Think about how strange that is for a moment. Draymond was the same player Durant had reduced to just 14, 7, and 6. Yet when Draymond went on air, he defended Durant instead of attacking him. He argued that Durant was actually giving Philadelphia the respect they deserved. According to Draymond, everyone else had simply made the comments bigger than they needed to be. That doesn't sound like someone trying to restart an old feud. Instead, Draymond seemed to give Durant the most favorable interpretation possible. He tried to explain what Durant was really attempting to say. But Draymond didn't stop there. He took the conversation in a different direction. He started focusing on the people who still criticized Durant's decision to leave Oklahoma City. Draymond essentially reminded everyone that Durant had the right to choose the career path he wanted. So rather than attacking his former teammate, Draymond defended the decision itself. That made his response much more complicated than simply taking sides.
Everyone in the world that can't do what they want to do want to shit on this guy for doing what he wanted to do. But in fact, what he did was join the Warriors, win 2 Finals MVP, go to 3 NBA Finals in 3 years.
According to Draymond, the real issue wasn't Klay, Philadelphia, or even Durant himself. He believed the bigger problem was the people who still criticized Durant for choosing where he wanted to play. And Draymond had plenty of history to support his defense. Durant joined Golden State and immediately became part of a championship-level team. Together, they reached 3 consecutive NBA Finals. Durant also won 2 Finals MVP awards during that incredible run. Whatever fans think about his decision to join the Warriors, the results on the court were undeniable.
And the negative connotation on, oh, he did what KD did, I don't rock with that at all.
And that's exactly what makes the situation so unusual. Draymond was defending Durant's right to make that career decision, even after Durant had reduced Draymond's impact to just 3 statistics. Despite that, Draymond continued standing up for his former teammate. He wasn't interested in turning the situation into another personal feud. Instead, he pushed back against the criticism surrounding Durant's decision. And Draymond wasn't done making his case. He specifically rejected the idea that Durant's move should be described in the way his critics often frame it.
And the way KD view basketball is very Uncle Drewish. This game will and always will be about buckets.
Draymond rejected the lazy idea that Durant simply copied what other stars do when they change teams. He said people shouldn't automatically use Durant's name as an insult. That's significant because Draymond was actually inside that Warriors locker room. He witnessed firsthand what Durant brought to the team. Yet Durant had just reduced Draymond's impact to 14, 7, and 6. Instead of attacking Durant, Draymond publicly defended him. That's the biggest twist in this entire situation. However, Draymond did criticize one part of Durant's argument. He challenged the idea of judging basketball almost entirely through scoring and statistics. If you only look at points, Klay becomes nothing more than 22 points per game. Draymond becomes nothing more than 14, 7, and 6. And suddenly, Philadelphia's awards appear more impressive on paper. But those numbers don't capture everything Golden State needed to win. Durant joined the Warriors and achieved exactly what every superstar wants. He won championships and 2 Finals MVPs while reaching 3 straight finals. Whatever people think about his decision, the results were undeniable. Yet years later, Durant was still defending that choice in online comment sections. He wasn't doing it at a press conference or in a documentary. He was arguing with podcast accounts, fans, and strangers online. That's why this controversy continues to resurface. The championships proved what happened on the court, but they didn't end the debate. And this time, Durant's defense came at the expense of describing his former teammates through basic statistics. Klay became 22 points, Draymond became 14, 7, and 6, and Draymond still defended KD.
Also said that the Sixers are better on paper than the Warriors were in 2016-17. I don't know that I can agree with that. I don't really think it worked.
Draymond was willing to defend Durant's decision and push back against people who call his move to Golden State an easy path. But he wasn't willing to agree that Philadelphia looked better on paper than those Warriors. That's what made Draymond's response so interesting. He supported Durant while still drawing a line at the roster comparison. He didn't need an angry rant to make his point. Even one of Durant's strongest defenders wasn't convinced by that part of the argument. Maybe the idea that Durant simply took the easy route is too simplistic. Draymond clearly believes there's more to the story. Durant made his choice, reached the highest level, and won championships. Yet the debate surrounding that decision has never completely disappeared. Whenever it comes back, Durant seems ready to respond. This time, the discussion pulled Klay Thompson and Draymond Green directly into the spotlight. Ironically, their own contributions became part of Durant's argument. Klay was reduced to 22 points per game. Draymond became 14, 7, and 6. And behind those numbers was the Warriors' historic 73-win season before Durant ever arrived. Durant used the statistics to argue that people may remember that Warriors roster as more dominant than it actually was. Instead, his comments reopened the exact debate that has followed him for years. So now the question is simple. Was Durant right that the Sixers look better on paper? Or did Klay and Draymond expose the weakness in his comparison? Let me know your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.